Originally, in transactions in Western Europe, men used precious metals as a medium of exchange. They weighed out a particular amount of gold or silver, sometimes copper or something else. And it was very important to men that scales be accurate, because if you say you're going to give me a bushel of wheat for half an ounce of silver, then we want to make sure that both of those weights are exactly what we say they're going to be. The people who coined silver and gold were trying to standardize things so that rather than to have scales all over the place, you could simply look at a coin and say, oh, it says it's 1 ounce of silver. I don't have to weigh it out. I know it's 1 ounce of silver. But then humans are deceptive. And people came along and did a couple things. One, they coin clipped. That is to say, they took some kind of sharp instrument and scraped off the edge around the coin so that it still looked the same size, unless you really had really good eyes. But you do that enough times and you've created silver filings over the place, which you can now melt down and you can make more coins. What they've done is to decrease the amount of silver, and therefore the value of the silver, and stolen from that to make more silver for their own use. But another straightforward way would be to take the silver coins, melt them down, throw in some tin or iron or nickel or lead or something, and then recoin them. But this time they won't truly be silver coins. They may look like it, but they are of less value. They're not all, each one is not truly silver, and there's a whole lot more of them. In either case, what you're doing is inflating the currency. You're producing more apparent money, but the money is of less value. Now, this becomes evident in the marketplace pretty quickly. The most obvious sign that this is going on is rising prices, because now there are more coins circulating. They say they're worth, say, an ounce of silver, but there are a whole lot more ounces of silver around than there used to be. They're in more people's pockets, and so people can bid more money for the available goods. Goods haven't increased. We still have the same number of goods out there, but there's now more money chasing the same number of goods, and people begin to bid up the prices. Prices rise. Now remember, the rise in prices is not inflation, but it's one mark of inflation. Or at least it can be. Under some circumstances, prices may not go up, but they generally do. And what we find then is that although we seem to have more money than we did, at least the numbers marked on it say we have more money, it's not buying as much as it used to do. And the people who have inflated the currency thus have stolen from us. And whether they be private citizens, coiners of money, bankers, kings, our federal government, it's still theft.